Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Mergliata has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 9 seconds of the very first round, declaring the winner by knockout. And now, the new UFC interim heavyweight champion of the world, Tom Aspinal.
Tom Aspinal is one of the most exciting heavyweights in the MMA today. He's calm, he's technical, and he's very fast for a big man, as well as being agile. He's built his reputation on skill, not hype. The British standout climbed the rankings pretty quickly, and he proved to be along the very top of the division itself. Whether it's his hand speed, his grappling, or his composure under pressure, Aspinal is both the present and the future of this division. Then the fight with Cecil Gain happens. Mid-fight there was an accidental eye poke, and in most cases that would lead to a brief stoppage, a small window to recover, and then the fight would resume. In this situation, the damage was far more serious, and Aspinal ended up having to go through 2 separate eye surgeries following the fight. This significantly alters the timeline. This isn't some routine medical suspension, it's a recovery process type division, something that requires caution and proper rehabilitation. So instead of immediately turning to the next matchup, the focus shifts to his health and how long he'll have to sit out to recovery. And naturally that brings up the question of what's going to happen to his belt during this period of time. There's been growing discussion about whether the UFC will strip him due to his inactivity while he's forced to heal. And that's where the debate starts. The UFC has stripped champions before. They've also allowed champions extended time away depending on the circumstances as well as who they are. Conor McGregor held onto his belt for roughly 18 months without defending it while pursuing other adventures such as boxing and his alcohol brand. Jon Jones had long layoffs, suspensions, and outside the cage issues. Yet when he returned, was immediately offered title opportunities. Aspinal's situation is different. He's not negotiating for leverage, he's not chasing a money fight, and he's not sidelined because of something that happened outside the cage. He was injured competing at the highest level in the championship. There's a clear distinction between delaying a division by choice and being medically unable to compete because of the fight-related damage. And this is where some of the criticism towards Dana has tended to resurface. He's historically had a very close working relationship with certain stars, particularly McGregor and Jones, and many fans believe those fighters were afforded more flexibility. Whether that perception is fair or not, it exists. If Aspinal is treated differently, that conversation about consistency won't go away. But this situation goes beyond one title defense. How the UFC handles this could have broader consequences. If a champion feels he wasn't supported during these legitimate times to recover his injury, that can impact trust between athlete and the promotion. In today's combat landscape, elite heavyweights have options. Aspinal himself comes from a boxing background, and his father has publicly encouraged him to pursue boxing in the past. If a fighter with that foundation ever felt undervalued or frustrated with how his championship situation was handled, exploring opportunities outside the UFC wouldn't be unrealistic. That's not a prediction, it's context. Beyond that, it also affects how future champions will assess risks. If getting injured in a title fight could cost you your belt during recovery, that can affect how these fighters view security while they reach the top. And at the end of the day, whether Dana is thinking about this or not, recovery needs to be the priority. Tom earned the belt, he didn't lose it in competition, and he didn't vacate it willingly, and he's recovering. But based on how similar situations have unfolded in the past, there is a real possibility that the UFC will move forward without him. And if that happens, it won't just impact Tom himself. It will add another chapter into the ongoing discussion about fairness, consistency, and how champions are handled when circumstances aren't straightforward. Well, that was my first attempt at long form videos. If you think I did well, make sure to like and subscribe. I probably will continue to talk about UFC going forward, but if there's another topic you all would like to see me cover, make sure to drop a comment and tell me. Well, that's all I have to say for now. Until next time, bye.